Hello guys, welcome to my channel English Literature and Language. In today's video, I am going to summarize and analyze the story Bliss written by Katherine Mansfield. But I would request you to first watch the video where I have described the important details of Katherine Mansfield's life and works. It is really important to know about the author. Then dealing with any piece of that author becomes easy if you already know the background and details. You can find the link in the I button and also in the description. Now let's start this discussion. If you still have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe the channel English Literature and Language and press the bell icon so that you can stay updated and get all the notifications for the upcoming videos. The story was published in 1918 and this story is one of the most discussed and debated story of her. I will discuss the detailed summary and point out the important aspects where you need to focus on, and also at the end I will give some topics to be covered. The story begins with a woman named Bertha Young who is 30 years old. At the very beginning, the author defines what absolute bliss is to Bertha. The character Bertha is shown to be someone who feels contrary moments, like she wants to run instead of walk, to take dancing steps off and on, to throw something up in the air and catch it again. Through the character Bertha, the author speaks against the imposed customs of society. Like Bertha thinks that, I am quoting here what she thinks. Oh, is there no way you can express it without being drunk and disorderly? How idiotic civilization is. After that, Bertha asks her maid Mary if all the fruits have come and also asks about the nurse who is looking after her little girl. She then went to her room and instantly puts up the coat because it seems too heavy to her. She could still now feel the radiation of having absolute bliss. She then prepared the dining table and decorated all the fruits and bowls, which resulted in her amusement. She felt elated after finishing her work. She started laughing and went upstairs to the nursery where Nanny, the nurse, was feeding Bertha's little daughter soup. The name of her daughter is Little Bee. Um, the little girl responded, and with Nanny's reluctance, Bertha took the soup to feed her daughter herself. Bertha at this moment thought that it is absurd to keep her little daughter in another woman's arm. Again, she found the sense of bliss in her daughter, and Harry is the name of her husband. The people she invited were the Norman Knights. He was about to start a theatre. Eddie Warren, a young man who is a writer and has just published a book of poems, and a friend of Bertha called Pearl Fulton. Bertha met her at a club and she has fallen in love with her. You can perceive well here her character because the author reveals here Bertha as the one who always falls in love with beautiful women who have strangeness. Perhaps Bertha could connect with them better than anybody else. Bertha thinks that she wants to know more about Pearl, but Pearl is reserved and will not let people know in beyond a certain point. Still, Bertha thinks if there is anything more to know about Pearl's character. Her husband Harry has said that he does not think so and has joked that there is nothing but a good stomach behind Pearl's mysterious facet. Bertha likes Harry's jokes. She admires this quality in her husband. While Bertha is putting the finishing touch to the drawing room, she is surprised to find herself passionately hugging one of the sofa cushions that she is arranging. After that, the readers get to know the first symbol of the story. Bertha went near the window and watched the pear tree at their garden glowing in the moonlight. She considers this tree as the symbol of her life. She then turned away, but at that moment two cats were seen crossing the lawn. This sight creates a shudder in her. Then Mrs. Knight came in and appreciated her dress. After that came Edie Warren, who is in disgust mood and complains about the driver as most sinister. Harry, her husband, arrived and went upstairs saying that he would be back. Bertha was so happy that She almost forgot about Miss Fulton. Then she came in, and Bertha was startled by her appearance. She found another blaze of bliss, and she did not know what to do. Then everybody was enjoying their dinner, and Bertha found the group very decorative. The sight of them even reminded her of a play of Anton Chekhov. She again felt that bliss seeing all the people together. But the pear tree was still at the back of her mind. It was glowing silver like Pearl Fulton. After that, when Miss Fulton asked her if they have a garden, Bertha considered it as a sign. It became the very interesting part of the story when both of them stood by the pear tree. To Bertha, it seemed as the flame of a candle, and glowing was growing so tall that it would touch the rim of the silver moon. She felt this moment so fully that it was a blissful treasure to her. When her husband offered Paul Fulton cigarette, it apparently seemed to Bertha that perhaps he does not like her. The readers then came to know about the modern relationship between Bertha and her husband. She loves him truly in all direction, but not in that way. She always finds that she always finds that bliss in the presence of these strange women. But after that, what took place was quite unexpected to her. Everyone was departing one by one, and Miss Fulton was going to the hall to take her coat. Bertha's husband Harry followed um, followed her, saying that he would help her. Bertha let him go, thinking that he is perhaps repenting for his rudeness. He is so nice and simple. After a little conversation with Edie, when she took her turn to the hall, she discovered her husband Harry holding romantically the lady she likes most. She did not say anything. Miss Fulton then came out and held her hand, saying that your lovely pear tree. When everyone left, she went near the window and cried out what was going to happen next. But the pear tree was still in the moonlight. This is how the story ends. If you still have not read it, then please do read it. Now, what you need to understand here is Mansfield's narrative technique. The modern writing of short story vastly revolves around the inner thought of the character rather than the conventional action of the plot. You also need to focus on Mansfield's concept of the self. She always felt about innumerable self her characters hide under their emotion. And you also need to discuss and also concentrate on the character of Bertha Young. And in most of her writing, the revelation of secret relationship at the end of a story is much of a common type. I think you have understood it well. So if you like this video, please subscribe this channel and share this video with your friends, and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you can stay updated with the upcoming notifications. Stay tuned. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.